Hi, some of you may have seen my recent interview with André from iTalki about preparing for job interviews. Well, in addition to letting me interview him, André was also kind enough to invite me to be his guest on his iTalki podcast. And we talked about some more issues having to do with job interview preparation. I hope you enjoy the interview.
Hey everyone, I am here with Jonathan K., iTalki teacher extraordinaire. I want to ask him a little bit of questions about job interviews. But first, Jonathan, can you give me a quick introduction of what you do on iTalki?
I've been on the platform for about 3 years. I do a little bit of everything. Some students just want conversation. Some students want to focus on pronunciation or vocabulary or grammar. I also do some IELTS preparation. Some students want to prepare for other tests besides IELTS. I have a student now who's preparing for TOEFL. Once I had a student who was preparing for a pilot's exam. So yeah, I help students prepare for those kind of situations. And also just job interview preparation in general as well. So I do a little bit of everything.
Let's talk a little bit about some general job interview tips. A lot of clients that I work with are not as confident doing job interviews. What are some tips you could give them?
Before we get into anything specific about how to answer, smile, project energy and enthusiasm, look at the camera, have the camera focused on your face, have everything well lit. Don't put your hands between your face and the camera. There are things to concern yourself about involving just the presentation before you even worry about the content of your speech.
And I want to ask you two more questions before we get out of here today. What about dress? Is dress important now? Because we have kind of Silicon Valley. You think of Mark Zuckerberg wearing t-shirts. Do we need to wear suits anymore to job interviews?
It's going to depend on the field you're going into. A lot of my students are in tech, and the tech uniform seems to be a dark colored t-shirt with no logo. Obviously, if you're interviewing for some kind of banking, finance, business, sales, then yeah, your dress may be more of a concern then. But if you're in tech, it's not really as big a concern.
All right, very good. And then my last question is not really related to jobs. Well, I guess it's related to your job. What's your favorite thing about being a master of iTalki? What do you enjoy about working on the iTalki platform?
I meet people from all over the world. It's an opportunity I wouldn't have unless I was able to travel everywhere. So I've met students from virtually every corner of the globe, and it's a culturally enriching experience. You get to know a little bit about their life, a little bit about their concerns. So it's almost like traveling without having to travel.
This has been a great interview. Thank you, Jonathan. And what I will do for anyone listening to this podcast, I will put a link to your teacher profile in the description so they can visit your profile and book some sessions with you and take advantage of your amazing wisdom that you have to share. Any final words for the podcast listeners?
Well, I'd like to thank you very much for the opportunity. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll look forward to talking to you in the future. It's been a great conversation.
Excellent. And for the listeners, remember, as usual, consistency is key to measurable progress. Confidence is grown from control and preparation.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to take private online English lessons with me or with André, look in the description box below. There you'll find links to our iTalki teacher profiles. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Friends, come on down to John John's English Lesson City. I say, this is John John's English Lesson City, the place that lets you have it with no problem. Let him have it with no problem. I got my English lesson with no problem.